extremely. That's one of probably the most important thing that we look for is someone that can, that is actually going to show up on time. They're not going to keep calling in sick. We've had a lot of problems in the past where people have, at the start of their employment, they've been great, and then within a few weeks they start to drop away and not show up on time, and it's not a good look for the rest of the employees. When I've got to get jobs done and we plan our days ahead, then if they're not reliable, then we really can't afford to employ them or keep them employed.
Absolutely. Someone you can trust to get the job done to a standard is very important to a business.
It is very important, yeah, it is very important because I always explain it. So if someone's not here at the shift at 9 AM, I have to stop everything and follow up and check where the person is and stuff like that. When you have a peace of mind of knowing that employee always shows up in time, over a certain period of time, they give you that tick in your head, like you can rely on them. And then you feel much better and you have much more mind space to do something else.
For an interview, yes. It's extremely important because that's that first chance to see the person is what you have in your head when you're looking at other people. And I had a gentleman recently that came for a job. He showed up, he looked great, he dressed well, and then after he was employed he asked me if I had a problem with piercings or him wearing a beanie and things like that, which I didn't. But if he had worn that to the interview, I would have felt that one, he didn't respect the interview process, and that I probably wouldn't have given him the job just on that he didn't have a respect for the interview process and us as an employer. Once he came and asked me after it and asked if I had a problem with piercings and the hat, there was no problem at all because I'd already seen his performance and him work, and I'd got to know him.
It is. I believe if you're well presented, you sell yourself well and it reflects on your work.
Presentation is extremely important in our industry because we are dealing with food. So food representation is important, but every time I go past a chef or someone who is cooking food, I always with my eyes cross-check is if the hair net, if all the hair is tucked in, is everything nice and clean, have hands been washed. And this is what we are selling to the customers, and they know it is very important for our customers. Therefore, it is important for us.
Looking me in the eye when they speak to me. Punctuality is a good thing to show up on time, especially for that first interview. And being organised. Having, if they're bringing a CV, even if they've sent it to me, to bring a hard copy of it and look me in the eye when they're speaking to me and shake my hand when I first meet them when it's outside of COVID. And yeah, just that personal connection to start with, that they've got some confidence, that they know what they want in the job. They've actually even looked into the job and found out what it's all about and what they're going to be required to do. And if they don't know that, if they can't find that to start with, so when they first come, ask me questions. Ask what the job entails, ask what the hours are, what's going to be expected of them up front.
I want to know if they're keen to get into the workforce, they're keen to learn new things, they're happy to grow inside of a business.
Problem solving, 100%. Problem solving skills. So we are here confident enough that we can skill the person up. You can give absolutely only certain amount of directions to the person, but every single shift, the person is going to come across a task that they have to solve themselves. What do they do? In that case, is a very important thing. And mind you, I'm not giving you the right answer now, what is that the important thing. But that person who stands in front of a problem is making a decision what we're going to do. Address it to the manager, ignore it, or solve it. So that's a very important skill for me when I'm hiring people.
I would like the barrier to be disclosed to me by someone. If the young person didn't feel comfortable in that, then I would hope that the agency or someone talked to me about it to start with. But if the person felt comfortable, then yeah, I'd like to know what the barrier is so we can work with it. And we're not made to. We had a person recently that had a job with us, and they felt a certain way, or felt that we were feeling a certain way, and it just caused that little bit of tension where they were not feeling comfortable. Whereas if that had been disclosed to me earlier, we could have worked with that and made them feel comfortable right from the start.
I would say no. I would say no. Being aware of what you have been diagnosed with is a great thing, but that person is communicated from inside. And communicating from inside, I guess it's not such an easy thing to communicate with the words that have been told you. So I guess I wish that way have described it in that way. So it's the same when I talk to children. Like, no matter what happens, I'm asking them, how does it make you feel? And that gives them a chance to express themselves from a point where they are, not what being told, but where they are. And that field is very important, because absolutely doesn't matter what person would say. What they would do would be according to how they feel. And to understand the person, you have to understand how the person feels at the moment where they are making a decision.
Well, yes, I do believe if it's the right person, the right employee, that they can be safe in an environment, comfortable in an environment, and that they're happy to turn up and know they're not going to be discriminated or lose an opportunity because of something they can't control.